Welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Libra for the weeks of June 15th through the 30th. So they are coming up next week and the following week. Please remember that this is a general reading. There may be parts that do not resonate. Please keep the parts that do resonate and leave the rest behind. I have already shuffled, meditated on the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today, Libra. So this is basically for the next 2 weeks, and in the most recent past, we have the Hermit, which is generally a positive card. It is about internal knowledge, internal reflection. In the past position, it may be about a period of isolation. It may be that you learned some sort of a life lesson and you are reflecting on that lesson. The Seven of Wands is a card, of course, of conflict, but it is a person that stands his ground. So you are on high ground and you are defending your position, whether it is in an argument with a loved one or at work or with a neighbor or with a friend, but you are holding your ground. And obviously from that conflict, something was learned by you, so you needed time to think about your experience, to think about what has happened, to think about how that impacts you and how does that change the way you think about certain things. So there was some sort of a struggle. There was some sort of a conflict in the near past, and you were able to maintain the position that you have. Of course, the challenging two cards, the Two of Cups reversed, normally this represents a union of two loved ones. It's, two people who are in love, who are in harmony. Of course, remember that love can take different forms. But in the reverse position and in the negative placement, this card could suggest that there is something happening that's not good. There's harmony that is broken. There is some kind of maybe it's a shallow connection. Maybe you had a relationship that is now not working out. This clearly indicates that there was some sort of a conflict, and that some kind of energy is blocking the harmonious union that you once had. The Ace of Swords in the negative position indicates that there may be some hurtful comments you experienced, or maybe you're the one that doled those comments out. Someone is saying something hurtful, thoughtless. Maybe it's someone who says, you know what, I'm going to take care of this, I'm going to do this, but they never do. Again, this could be you, or this could symbolize someone else. In the present position, we have the Four of Pentacles, which suggests to me that the Four of Pentacles is generally a positive card, but here it may suggest that you're clinging to something. It could be an item, it could be a person, it could be money, it could be a feeling, it could be anything, but there's something that you're clinging to and you do not want to let it go. The World card is a positive card. It suggests completion. The first card in the major arcana is the Fool, and this is the last card, which is the World. You may want everything, you may want the world, you may want too much. is what this combination suggests to me, but you're not willing or ready to maybe pay the price for having it all. It's like having your cake and eating it too. That can occur in life, but usually very rarely. It's exceptionally hard to achieve that. So that's in the future position. You have the Five of Cups, which of course is about loss. It could be about grief. There's some kind of a, in the future position, this suggests that there's some kind of a wedge. It could be in a work relationship, it could be in a love relationship, and it's probably because you're clinging or because you're not wanting to let go of something. There's a loss that is going to occur, and the person in this card doesn't realize that there's two cups behind him, which suggests there is hope. The situation is, of course, not hopeless, and the Two of Pentacles suggests that you will be juggling something. Things are not in balance. Things are out of whack. There's something in one area in your life. It could be more, but I think it's one that is really, really unaligned. It's really a problem. Maybe there's a relationship that's out of whack, a little bit messed up, but there's something in the area of your life that requires your attention. Because if you, in the present, take care of this conflict that you may have, or not cling as hard to something, sort of let go, and if you're not letting go of something, if you're clinging to something, that suggests that you have fear. And so if you realize that in advance, and if you work through your fear, you will be able to salvage the situation, and you will be prepared. So it will go much smoother. It's almost like maybe you will have an accident, or something. There's something that is unexpected that may happen, for which you're not prepared, and how you handle it and how you think about it is very important. So let's see, to clarify this spread, and by the way, this is not a super negative spread. It's a pretty neutral spread, it feels like, as long as you pay attention and you take necessary steps to be cautious, you should come out pretty balanced and pretty in a way where you don't lose too much. And of course, loss sometimes is necessary, but if you don't lose too much, it would be much more manageable. But in order for that to happen, you have to be prepared. I pulled an energy oracle card as well to help us clarify the spread, and this is what it says: financial constraints. So Libra, be on the lookout for financial constraints. And just to clarify this card a little more, this is what it means. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money may be tight at this time. Rein in your spending and be circumspect about the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the money and the good things there, things you already have. This is the affirmation that you might want to repeat a few times. I can move through any cycle with dignity and awareness. I am open to receiving increasing wealth. Money moves to and through my life, bringing benefits to all. it's important to say that affirmation, but I believe this is a warning. Try not to go out, don't spend money at restaurants, don't go out of your way or in any sort of like vacation. Be very vigilant, spend as little as possible, be aware of how much money, and conserve. Develop backup plans, pick up an extra job, do something to minimize the damage. While it is going to suck, it can suck for a month or two or three and help you through difficult time, or it's maybe you can get a loan or something in order, but I would definitely do it now, just to be on the safe side. So the message from the ancestors and angel oracles is, this is your strength, eagle, see from a higher perspective. So it definitely tells us that if you change your perspective and adapt a strategy, you should be able to get through any situation. And this is your strength, so you're good at taking a different perspective. Let's see, this is the message from your heart, and it says, air guardian, shift your perception. So this is definitely a big wake-up call for you, because it says, be ready, be kind of like a shapeshifter, be prepared, look at a situation differently, change the way you think, and you will change your whole reality. The message of this card is, when this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You're being guided to recognize that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. Sometimes the mind can play games, and sometimes our perceptions can be wrong. If you're being challenged or feel that there is a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there is a good chance the way you're thinking or what you're focusing on has a lot to do with that. You're being guided to open your eyes and your mind, go beyond any limits you have set for yourself, and recognize that the way you see the world is how you will experience the world. Opportunities are moving in your direction, but they will only open up for you if you're ready to do the internal work to support them. So this is a message of what you need to work on. And it is shaman, trust in higher forces. So there's clearly support. There's clearly the divine energy is trying to help you and guide you. And the shaman card says that there are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily when you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from miracles you deserve. Hand over all of your concerns to your spiritual allies. When you do so, you allow them to send you intuitive guidance and messages that will allow you to correct this situation and come out on top. The shaman card also shows that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. So I think this entire spread is about refocusing your energy, thinking about a problem in a different way. Maybe seek guidance, but not necessarily reaching out to people, just sort of kind of seeking guidance within yourself, to find out what you can do to better your situation, but not necessarily be influenced by external forces, because maybe there are external forces who are preventing you from reaching your potential, and you're well on your way. So I think this is a really good spread. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for visiting me, and I will see you next time.